Tony Stewart has dominated today. He's led 147 of the 255 laps we've run. This was the one segment of the race where somebody but Tony Stewart had the strongest car.
Jimmy Johnson comes off turn 2, goes by Tony Stewart, but then the caution flag came out later on. They made a pit stop, and he's just not been able to get that car back up to speed.
Teams have tried to get 2 tires and no tires to get in front of Stewart.
Yep, Sterling Marlin missed a ship and, boy, lost 3-4 positions on that one.
See Jeremy Mayfield in front of Tony Stewart. His crew giving him 2 tires on the last pit stop that they made, but after following him around for about 27 laps, Stewart finally able to get the good out of his 4 fresh tires and overtake Jeremy Mayfield for the top spot. That's how we've gotten to where we are, and now we're coming to the green flag for a restart that'll be with 11 laps to go.
Okay, now this is where it's real important for Tony Stewart to get the best restart of the day, and for everybody else that matter. You know, I mean, you've got to be right on the guy's bumper on the restart because this is it.
Not pictured in our race recap much, Jeff Gordon, the driver who started on pole today, looking to win a 3rd straight race. He has struggled all day long. A jacking screw backing out of the suspension of his car. The crew has finally fixed it, and Gordon is up to 10th place.
And the important thing for Jimmy Johnson, Jeremy Mayfield, Mark Martin on this restart is to get by Kyle Petty.
Kyle will probably just go very slow down into turn 1 to give these leaders all an equal opportunity to get by.
Kind of looks like it, huh? So here we go.
Everybody's clear so far except for Mark.
11 laps to go.
Mark is clear. Well, that was pretty nice of Kyle.
Tony Stewart, Jimmy Johnson, Jeremy Mayfield, Mark Martin, Sterling Marlin, the top 5. Dale Jarrett with 2 fresh tires on his last pit stop. And then Jeff Gordon with 4 fresh tires on his pit stop, trying to make way through the traffic.
Elliott Sadler, 38 car, looked like he had a problem on the restart.
He was very slow down the backstretch, lost several positions. He goes from 8th all the way back to 12th. Here goes Mark Martin trying to get on the inside of Jeremy Mayfield. He does it. Battle for 3rd.
And through. Mark Martin has rallied back. They had a problem on a pit stop. He had to take to the grass during a caution flag and make an extra pit stop. Yet he's up to 3rd, trying to close on the leaders. Terry Labonte trying to get under Sterling Marlin and grab a spot.
Look at Jeff Gordon. 8th spot right now.
He's going to get done with this day and think of what might have been.
Oh, yes. That jacking ball comes undone. Let me tell you something. Those cars are wicked to drive.
Working on Terry Labonte for 6th place is Jeff.
He's trying.
Yeah, I tell you what, it's been a very solid day for that 5 car. You know, Terry started 24th. His crew chief Jim Long told me this morning they weren't all that thrilled with their car. They made some changes. They've played the strategy game correctly. They've gotten in track position. They stayed out one time when a lot of other people pitted. There are those 2 words again we've used all day.
He's got some inspiration from his son yesterday.
Yeah. Not familiar, Terry's 23-year-old son, Justin, with his first NASCAR Busch Series win here at Chicagoland yesterday. We showed it to you live on NBC. 7 laps to go. Jeff Gordon through to 6th place. Dale Jarrett's next in front of him. Out in front, Jimmy Johnson can't handle Tony Stewart. He's pulling away in the 20 car.
Now, it looks like Tony's got it where he wants it. Mark is picking up a little bit on the 48 car, but he's got to, once he catches him, he's got to figure a way to pass him, and we've only got 6 to go when they come back across the line.
Martin on lap 259 ran his fastest lap of the day.
He's about 0.2 of a second faster than Jimmy Johnson.
But
he may catch him.
Second now.
Yes.
Not enough laps left. You'll agree with my math on that.
I will agree with you on that.
Okay. Mayfield and Jarrett, 4th and 5th. Going to be a good day in the championship standings for Dale Jarrett. One of those drivers on the outside looking in for now in that 10-driver chase for the Nextel Cup. And up to Tony Stewart. 5 to go.
Got that racetrack all to himself, BP, and that's what you want.
Tony Stewart has been excellent here the last couple of years. He finished 3rd in 2002, led 35 laps. He won the pole and finished 2nd here last year, led 80 laps. But you know, the fact that Tony Stewart has not won yet this season is sort of a payoff to the feature we did on Discover Card Countdown to Green about just how difficult it is to win these Nextel Cup Series races. Everything's got to be perfect.
Everything has got to be perfect. And you know where it's really going to count.
But wait a minute. Yesterday, everything wasn't perfect. They had, Mike Wallace stayed out there. He got some track position and started running some fast laps, and he ran out of gas.
Well, it wasn't perfect.
That's
he ran out of gas.
You've got to be perfect.
Well, I guess that's right. Oh, got a car.
Who's that?
Mark Martin scraping the wall.
No, does he got a... have a tire go down, or maybe let's see.
What did he say?
Get the best finish we can.
My brakes are gone. Did he say my brakes are gone, Dave?
He said I saved it. Now, I haven't figured out if he hit the switch as quick as he said I saved
your race car. I can't believe it.
I don't know if we have a replay of how he was off the turn. Okay, it blew up, he said. Yep. But he saved the race car. He didn't get into the wall. This is a favorite race car of theirs. They're taking it testing at Indianapolis Monday, guys.
Oh, man, how
this is big disappointment.
How disappointing is this for Mark Martin?
So we stay under green, and we are coming to the white flag for Tony Stewart. He will come by Mark Martin's wounded car, and Tony will have a final mile-and-a-half lap to try and secure his first win of 2004. Of course, the day's headlines will be an interesting one for Tony and his team, involved in the incident with Casey Kane a little earlier on a restart, and then the altercation on pit road between the 9 and 20 pit crews. But in the end, it'll be a dominating performance by Stewart, who will have led 160 of 267 laps.
That's pretty dominant.
Oh, he's been by far the best car today. There's no doubt about it.
Drivers who won a race a year ago who've not won this year. There are quite a few of them. In fact, 11 drivers. Winners last year, not this. Scratch one off the list. Tony Stewart, with his first win of 2004, he takes the Tropicana 400 in Chicago by almost 3 seconds over Jimmy Johnson. Great run for Dale Jarrett with a third-place finish. And how about Jeff Gordon, after his struggles all day long, comes back for fourth.
It's amazing. You could never count those guys out.
Tell you what, DJ and Jeremy Mayfield, both those guys trying to get in that top 10 in NASCAR Nextel Cup. Great run for them today.
The winning team headed by Greg Zipadelli. Matt Yoakum's with him.
The first time they're going to go to victory lane since last fall at Charlotte. Zippy, how important is this win for you, Tony, and this entire team?
Well, we've been through some ups and downs there in the last month or two, but hey, my hat's off to this team. Usually when we get backed in the corner, we fight harder. It means a lot. For everything to happen, everybody stuck together. Tony stayed focused and did a hell of a job today.
A lot of maturity showcased in this pit when the fight broke out.
Yeah, that's one thing good about these guys. They're racers. They're all going to help and protect each other, but we need to stay focused on what we're paid and what we're here to do, and that's the race. Put a good show on for Home Depot fans, and we were able to do that today. So I'm just proud of everybody here.
Last 3 starts at Chicago for the 20 team, a first, a second, and a third.
He couldn't wait to get to victory lane.
I know.
I don't blame him. And as Tony pulls into the winner's circle, Chevrolet congratulates Tony Stewart and the number 20 Monte Carlo on today's big win, our Chevy winning moment. No cars dominated Cup racing like the defending manufacturer's champion, Chevrolet in American Revolution. Been a big day for Tony Stewart and company. It'll be interesting to see what kind of reaction he gets when he climbs from the window into view of the fans.
Yeah, there was no burnout or anything like that. What do you think, Bill?
Well, it's certainly been an interesting day and an interesting season for these guys. I talked to Tony Stewart briefly yesterday in the garage before practice. He said, it's nice to see you guys back. I said, it's good to be back. He said, more people might be happier to see you in this garage than to see me, meaning himself. So he knows he's been the topic of conversation and controversies throughout the season. We talked to him at Charlotte as we were getting ready to come to this race, and he talked about how getting back to victory lane was so important for himself and his team. Obviously, a former series champion wants another shot at it. He's always under the microscope. He's emotional, he's talented, but he's also very temperamental. But here at Chicagoland, he definitely is a winner. Tony Stewart sitting in his Chevrolet, still unbuckling the belts, getting ready to climb out and celebrate his first win of 2004.
Here we go.
Waiting for a drink and some towels.